of R25. What's inside of that box are these two boxes here, and what you'll need out of them, this goes to the sterile field. The scrub tech will take just these 3 cups out of this container, and out of this container, the scrub tech will grab the filter, the jam sheety, 60cc syringe, and the 2 30cc syringes. Now, what the nurse will have to do first is get 1,000 units of heparin that will pour into one of these cups. Then there's also, in this box, there is 30 cc's of ACDA, which is just another anticoagulant. There's ACDA in here. The circulator will draw up and squirt into a cup onto the field. With the heparin that is poured into one of these cups, the scrub tech will line each one of these syringes with the heparin, just flush it out, and pour it back into the cup. This is just to help prevent coagulating. We'll do it in those 2 syringes. This syringe will also flush this filter with the heparin, and as well as squirting heparin through the jam sheety. Now the ACDA that is poured onto the field will be drawn into the 2 30cc syringes to 5 cc's. So once these are filled to 5, they're ready to go for the surgeon, resident, whoever, to use the jam sheety to draw out 30 cc's of bone marrow. So they'll use a mallet this into the ileum, put the 30cc syringe that already has 5 cc's of ACDA. We'll draw this up to 30, it'll fill up. Once you have both of these syringes filled to 30, what you're going to do is attach the 60cc syringe to this filter, and you're basically just transferring the blood from these 30cc syringes to fill this 60cc syringe. So once that's full, make sure all the air out from the top, and then you'll hand it to me or the nurse. Now, I'll show you how to set this thing up. I'm gonna have to, oh well. So this box here is where the ACDA and the tubing for the actual Magellan machine comes. So all you'll need is this is the ACDA, and this is the non-sterile tubing that will run through here. First thing to note is there's an opening down here, which should be aligned with the opening at the top. It is very important to never rotate this counterclockwise. Always rotate it clockwise. So I did a full turn, it's not there. So just make sure that these holes line up. And after it's done spinning, those will be slightly off. All you have to do is rotate it clockwise until it's lined back up. So the hose goes down the top. Feeds through. this part will click into place. You'll know it's in. Get it there. Now this will just push into the rim here, and there's also a hook to hold it in place. Here is the lock. Make sure it's not twisted a lot. Try to make sure it's relaxed. That locks into place. Push the tubing through here to hold it. Now you want to double check right here to make sure it's not too tight. Usually just a finger in between the hose and the plastic piece there is plenty. Once that's in, make sure that the hose is through that little notch there, because if it's not and it's closed on it, that will cause problems and it won't run correctly. So just make sure that's fully in there. That's ready to go. Close it, light will turn green, it's ready to go. Now, typically what the surgeon will want is just 10 milliliters, so you just use this plus button to 10, and now it's ready to start. You just hit this play button and it'll run through the cycle. Back to this, once I have the 60 cc's bone marrow, this one goes in here. Here we'll, like so. You just rotate this, pull it back if you need to. It'll lock it into place. This hose right here will feed through up here. Just kind of floss it back and forth till it's smooth. Now in the package here, there is a 10 cc syringe you can use. This will collect the final product. You stick it up right there. Make sure it's not locked. And there, now that's ready. Close it, all the lights are green, that's green. It's ready to go. We hit play and it'll run through the cycle. It takes about 16 minutes. Whenever that's done, this 10 cc syringe here will be full of the final product. All we'll have to do is open that up, take it out, it'll be full. Transfer this to a cup on the sterile field. I always have them squirted into a cup, and then out of one of these packages is an extra 10 cc syringe. I just have the scrub tech draw the final product up so that it's not exposed to air, because this will coagulate pretty quickly. So if it's in the syringe, it'll stay out of air so it won't coagulate. And whenever the doc is ready for it, at the end of the case, he'll mix the bone marrow product with his bone graft.